What's going on, guys? It's SquireTrades back with episode 6. Today is August 15th. It's Thursday. It's 4:52 p.m. The market officially closes in 8 minutes for 1 hour. And we're back. I'm sorry I missed yesterday. To be entirely honest with you guys, price action just hasn't exactly been the greatest or what I've been hoping to see. You can kind of see in this area right here, this was yesterday. Today we had a much better, much cleaner move. And to be honest with you guys, if you go back and you watch episode 4, it has been rough. Episode 4 and maybe the episode before that and my most recent one, episode 5, I've basically sat here all week just calling short bias, short bias, short bias. And the only thing that we've done all week since we opened on Monday here is just go up. I mean, we opened on Monday at, let's see, where is this? Or I guess we can call it Sunday. We opened somewhere in this range at 18,590. We're up 1,000 points, and all I've done this week is call for shorts. That's all I've wanted. It's all I've hoped for. I haven't received it. But you know what? That goes back to one of my big points of, hey, you know what? You have to adapt to the market. The market doesn't adapt to you. She doesn't do what you want her to do, when you tell her to do it, how you want her to do it. That's not the way this works. The market's an algorithm strictly designed to beat you day in and day out and to make you quit. There's a reason 99% of people fail. I, earlier on in my trading journey, would marry a bias. I'm signing every paper. I'm marrying my bias. I'm only playing that way, and I refuse to see it the other direction. So if you just take a look at today's price action, I've been calling for shorts all week. Look at this. Look at this. This is just straight up. We had news at 8:30 this morning, and ever since then we were gone. And we barely had any retests at all. I mean, you had what? You have this fair value gap here that ended up getting retested at 9:15 just before the market opened. And then what? Where are your other fair value gap retests in here? I mean, I guess you have this one. You had this one that played out almost closer to market close. And then what? Consolidation, no move up. There's no risk to reward here. There's no trade. There is nothing. And my whole point in saying that I had a short bias all week and saying don't marry your bias, be able to adapt. My point in saying that is I passed an evaluation this week. Longs. I took longs. I captured 150 or 200 points on NQ here, long. And I passed an evaluation, right? And actually, in better news, as you can tell by the title of this series, it's Road to Becoming a Full-Time Trader. For a long time, a goal of mine was to document my journey of just road to being funded, like zero to funded, road to getting a payout and all of that. And I was kind of too late. I kind of had that idea too late into my journey to execute that. So instead, today, Apex Trader Funding just approved my first payout of $2,000. I also, 2 days ago, passed a My Funded Futures 50K evaluation. And I now, as of today, although I did take no trades, I have 2 PAs active, one of which has already paid me out and the other of which I have 0 trading days on, going into tomorrow's market opportunity. And I have no idea what tomorrow will present. I mean, at this point, I've got to be thinking that we might be looking at more longs. What you have to consider is we're done with news for the week. There's no red folder news on forexfactory.com. If you guys don't know where to look for news, go to forexfactory.com and look for red folder news that says USD by it. There is no red folder news tomorrow. What I do think we'll see happen, now that we have a close above this bearish 4-hour fair value gap, right? This fair value gap is no longer valid. This fair value gap actually would become an inverse fair value gap, which would, in theory, act as support along with this fair value gap, this bullish fair value gap. So now you have overlapping PDs here. So maybe tomorrow is a retrace day. In my opinion, I don't think that's the case. I think tomorrow we'll end up coming up here and taking this external high that's only 170 points away, 160 points away. That's what I think will happen. Do I really care in the grand scheme of things what happens? No. I'm not a boomer. I'm not looking to retire in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I don't care. I don't have very many long-term investments. I'm 22 years old. I just got my first full-time salary position 2 months ago. And I'm not even, I just barely got a 401k opened. I'm not sitting here going, oh my God, look at the weekly chart. I need us to go to all-time highs. This is what I need. This is what I need. It's like, dude, I don't care. I would prefer, actually, if we're being realistic here, in this whole entire price leg on this weekly chart right here, this price leg right here, if you take your fib and you draw it from bottom and top, I want to see a 50% retrace of this price leg down here, right into this beautiful fair value gap is what I want to see. Somewhere down in here. This is OTE, right? So maybe, actually, it looks like this fair value gap may have already been disrespected. It has. That's fine. That's no big deal. You've got this fair value gap here, though, right? You've got order blocks. You've got more fair value gaps here, right? So this is our equilibrium. Come down into equilibrium. You've got this fair value gap, right? So at this point, I've got to pay out. I've got money on the way from Apex. I see where I want the market to go. I want the market to get short. I want to get down here into 16K, 15K, 14K. Maybe we come down here, we sweep this external liquidity down here, And if we do, I'm going to make sure that at this point in time, I have cash on hand, ready for long-term investments to be made. Because down here at 14K, you're talking about this is about a 25% total correction in the market if we end up reaching down here from these all-time highs up at 21,000. You're almost looking at 30%. This would be an unreal, as a 22-year-old, this would be an unreal opportunity to buy. Unbelievable. The last time we saw these levels, October 2023, so about a year ago. That's not terrible, but I don't know. I think we're due for bearish price action, and I stand by that. As for tomorrow, you might be looking at bearish or bullish. You might be looking at a bullish overnight session. I think we sweep this high. I don't know what we're looking at. Guys, I have no idea. And I make this video to say you don't always have to know. You're not always going to know. Old me, I used to sit here and I would have to always predict the market and always be right. And I'd always have to be watching and seeing what the market is doing and how it's moving at obsolete times in the day. I'm sitting there at 8:30 p.m. It's like the Asian session maybe. And watching price. It's like, why, dude? You're wasting mental capital on nothing. What are you doing? Go get a hobby. Go focus on work. Do something else. You don't always have to predict the market. You don't always have to be right. You don't even have to be right in this game and your executions. You don't even have to be right more times than you're wrong. If you have a 40% win percentage, but your average risk to reward is 4 or 5%, 4 or 5R, however you want to measure that, 4 or 5 risk to reward, you're a profitable trader. You just have to be comfortable knowing that you're going to lose 3 out of 5 trades, but the 2 that you do win are big winners. You can be a profitable trader with a 10 or 20% win rate if your risk to reward is high enough. So something that I used to do is I would sit there and think, oh, man, I need to win more. You don't need to win anymore at all. If you have a 2R risk to reward and a 40 or 50% win rate, you can be right half the time and you're going to make money in this market over time, period. Hopefully some of what I said has resonated with you guys. Hopefully it's given you, I don't know, maybe some realizations. Maybe you won't force a trade. Maybe you won't feel pressure to be right all the time, I hope you guys had a really great Thursday. I had a great day today. It was a good day at work. I'm learning to enjoy my job, look at things in the long term, right? I'm not going to force becoming a full-time trader, but I'm going to chase it diligently and I'm going to work hard until I get there. It was a great Thursday. Tomorrow's a great Friday. Moving into the weekend, we're going to have a great weekend. We're going to get up on Monday morning of next week and we're going to attack next week with a vengeance like you've never seen, like we do every week. We attack, and we observe. We jump on opportunity, and we observe until it's given to us. Thank you guys for tuning in. It has been a pleasure. If the market decides to do anything tomorrow, we'll see you back again for the 7th installment of Road to Becoming a Full-Time Trader. It's been SquireTrades. And we'll see y'all tomorrow.